I've played a ton of indie games over this past month, and as much as I'd like to review all of them, I can't. So in this video, let's rank and review my 10 favorite indie games I've played over this past month, rapid fire style. Let me know what you've been playing lately in the comments below, and let's get to those sweet indie games. Starting things off is a new game from a first-time indie developer named Mateo, and if you like sharks, this game has plenty of bite. Makis Adventure is an action platformer with light Metroidvania elements featuring a signature mechanic known as the shark forms. Throughout the game, you'll unlock multiple shark forms, each with their own attacks, which allows you to explore and swim in bodies of water, including swimming up waterfalls, which is the best part. The exploration in Makis Adventure is pretty solid, with an added bonus of a 3D overworld, and there are a ton of minigames which break up the gameplay loop nicely. This includes darts, billiards, a drink mixing game, fishing, and more, and it's a nice showcase of Mateo's range. My only real criticism lies within aspects that just come with experience, which is art and sound. The art in Makis Adventure is not bad by any means, just inconsistent. Sound is the big letdown though here, with boss encounters being fun with nice attacks just being undercutted by weak sounds that don't match the impact of the attacks and overall intensity. Still, if you want to be a part of a new developer's game dev journey like I do, Makis Adventure is a nice first game, and I can't wait to see what Mateo is up to next. The next game on this list was my most anticipated indie game of the year, and unfortunately, it's a bit lower on the list than expected. I'll keep this one pretty short since I already reviewed Clive and Wrench last month, but this is a celebration of the N64 and PS2 eras of 3D platformers respectively, warts and all. Clive and Wrench has a super satisfying moveset and can scratch that collectathon itch, but it sadly falls a bit short due to poor optimization and a much too safe approach to its platforming. The good news here is the game just received a patch though that addressed most of my issues, so it might be a good time to jump in. It might not be the most innovative 3D platformer out there, and there may be better options for those who are not die-hard collectathon or 3D platformer fans, but for those that are, this game's moveset is still worth experiencing. Now, if you're a fan of Castlevania games, then you should definitely pay attention to this one. Elderand is a Metroidvania RPG hybrid with really nice pixel art and exploration. In terms of combat and overall vibe, if you're a fan of the GBA era of Castlevania games, then I think you'll feel right at home here. There are different weapons to acquire along the way, from heavier weapons to lighter melee weapons, and my favorite is the magic combat. The only reason this game is a bit lower on this list is because I haven't finished it yet, but so far, I'm very impressed. My one minor critique though is that the dodge roll in the game does not have any iframes, which are frames of animation that makes you invincible, which makes dodging through or around enemies a bit easier. Without iframes, the dodge is more of a reverse parry, which doesn't really feel as impactful. It won't bother most people though, but it's worth mentioning if you're more used to dodging in something like a roguelite, for example. If you like what you see and want to win this game for free, I'm actually giving away a key on my Discord server, so check that out if you want to enter. As a bonus entry, leave a comment below on this video and I'll add you to the tally when I choose a winner at random. Look at this pixel art. Look at it. The water effects, the color choices, the detail, it's all here courtesy of Stuffo the Puzzle Bot. This is a fairly chill puzzle game that'll make you think as you move crates, warp through portals, and manipulate other items within each level accordingly. Rarely has a game ever made me feel so simultaneously stupid and relaxed. The sound is great, the puzzles are approachable but clever, with bonus challenges added to certain levels, and the game was designed with accessibility in mind, which is great to see. This solo dev has definitely gained a fan from me, and if you want something laid back but will still fire up that gray matter of yours a little bit, then this is one to check out. So one of the themes for the games I'm showcasing here is charm, and Boots Quest DX certainly has that. This is an adventure that is entirely predicated on finding the perfect pair of boots, as one does. Along your journey, you'll meet a colorful cast of characters along the way and acquire several boots which can charge up how you traverse the sizable world. I love the art style here, which has an almost crayon-like presentation, and the biggest standout here is the music. This is no surprise though, because the developer LEMKE has a nice back catalog of music which I'll link below, but it was a wonderfully lo-fi backdrop to a really cute and cozy adventure. With only 29 reviews on Steam at the time of writing this, Boots Quest DX is a hidden gem in my opinion, and one that fans of short and sweet adventures should definitely play. Ogre Chambers DX is a lovely little twin-stick shooter with space propulsion movement. You're equipped with a tiny spaceship that packs a punch, and the goal is pretty simple. Stay alive for as long as you can after defeating wave after wave of enemies. After every 3 waves, you'll get an opportunity to upgrade your ship with more projectiles, better movement, better attack speed, or even some sought-after HP. There are several ships to unlock, and each one has its own leaderboard, which is a great idea and adds to the game's replayability. While I'd love to see native controller support here, that's really my only critique, and I'm hooked on playing this one even on mouse and keyboard. When recording, I reached the top 10 for 2 different ships, and I definitely want to see all of you beat my score, and I know you can. What's great is you can do that and more for the price of free. Pizza Tower is everything I hoped it would be and more. It's essentially a spiritual successor to the Wario Land series, only if the development team was heavily influenced by a cocktail of performance-enhancing and psychedelic drugs. The art style's loud and proud and reminds me of early 90s cartoons and even some Adult Swim shows, albeit with more fluid animations. You essentially sprint and bash your way through several areas and levels, finding secrets along the way, and as you reach the end, it's time to speedrun your way back to the beginning. It really tests your knowledge of the levels, and it's exhilarating to pull off every single time. The game isn't too difficult, but the bosses definitely pack a punch, and this game is one of the most successful indie releases of the year, and for good reason. I wholeheartedly recommend Pizza Tower to just about anyone, and can confirm it plays wonderfully on the Steam Deck. When I saw that Maytan69, the developer behind Evan's Remains, had a new game coming out, I was floored. Evan's Remains is one of my favorite indie games of all time, and the wait for this next one was worth it. Recall is a top-down narrative puzzle adventure game starring Bruno, who has the ability to travel through past memories to manipulate the events of the present and future. The pixel art is great, the music might be my current soundtrack of the year, and the puzzles are so amazingly clever that you need to experience it for yourself. You'll need to talk to people in a specific order, activate switches, and more to get the desired outcome, and that's as far as I'll go without spoiling anything. The story is super engaging throughout, and I can confidently say that I'll play anything this developer makes. More people should definitely give Recall a chance. Roboquest is the best roguelite FPS I've ever played. Seriously, it's that good. It's like this combination of Borderlands, Overwatch, and Paladins with some Jet Set Radio thrown in the mix for good measure. This one's been in early access for a bit now, but just released on Xbox with cross-platform multiplayer, and that's why I jumped in. I've been playing this one with fellow YouTuber Mint City as well as one of our Discord members Troy, and I have nothing bad to say about this game at all. The weapon variety is massive for all playstyles, with tons of augmentations like magic effects that you can add along the run. There are also several characters to choose from with their own abilities and supers that all feel unique, and the meta progression is implemented really nicely. There are even rails to grind on, and you can hop on enemies' heads to damage them like a traditional platformer. There's so much more on the way, but you really don't need to wait. Roboquest is out right now, and if you need a co-op partner, let me know and I'll try to squad up with you. My favorite game I've played over the past month is also my current game of the year. PatchQuest is a game that seamlessly combines aspects of so many genres in a way that I never thought was previously possible. It's a twin-stick shooter, meets Metroidvania, meets Monster Tamer, meets Plant Collector, meets Base Builder, all within a cute and cozy package. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say in one of these videos. The way you capture monsters is really simple by lassoing them up and simply spinning around them. Each monster has their own attacks and abilities and can be leveled up along the way. The game has several biomes, each with their own monster types, hazards, and secrets, and the exploration and map feels very Metroidvania-like. Bosses are really satisfying, and patching plants and other aspects to take back with me to decorate my base was way more fun than I expected. I've been playing this every day for weeks now, and even after rolling credits, I can't stop playing. This is a solo dev labor of love, and I believe this game both combines and defies its genre conventions. It's a must play and my current game of the year. So what indie games have you been playing recently? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe to discover more indie games, and I'll see you in the next one.